So I welcome you all to this question answer session, the program which we started a long time back and have been doing this with one intention to bring that awareness in the lives of people, because all the suffering what a man creates, he creates it just because of lack of awareness. So once he has awareness about many things, slowly he'll avoid problems. Some of life is an experiential journey. If that experiential journey is interesting, so it's fantastic. If that experiential journey is not interesting, when man is not able to celebrate everything that is happening in his life, then life goes very tough. Life is very difficult indeed. So I always focus on giving this awareness to people so that everyone can celebrate life. So it's like something like this. If a person goes to a beautiful place where he enjoys that place so much, his focus will be always on one thing. That is, he wants to make many people to reach that place, and he wants them also to celebrate that life. A person who educates himself wonderfully in a particular thing, automatically, when he celebrates his life, he wants to give that celebration to everyone. Okay, the same thing is this. And the other reason behind my effort in doing question answer sessions is this. I just want people to learn to question. Most of the people, they just keep doing things, okay? Never questioning at least once, okay, why they are doing it. What is the reason behind doing it? So today morning I went for playing cricket. So we started the game at 6 o'clock. We continued playing up to 9:30, okay? So probably for 3.5 hours. We never felt that we really played for 3.5 hours, okay? It was all like, I felt it was like spending half an hour or 45 minutes of our time in that particular thing. So then I started thinking, okay, why people introduced games? If you ask a person to do some physical exercise for 3.5 hours, okay, walk, jump, run, do some kind of activities, do you think anyone does this? Absolutely not. But if you involve that fellow in a game, automatically, unknowingly, he just does some kind of physical exercise for almost 3 hours or 6 hours or 5 hours even sometimes. Just think, if some intelligent people did not think about creating a game which involves people to do some kind of physical work, okay, can we help people today to do physical exercise? So most of the people, they may not be doing physical exercise, like they may not stand in one place and do some kind of exercise, but most of the people involved in games. And that's giving a kind of physical exercise. And this is the creation of the mind. So if you start observing, okay, every greatness, every creative work, what the people have created, it is an outcome of thinking. So even if a person is playing football, if he plays, even if he is an ordinary player, probably by the time he completes the game, in the chase of the ball, he will run for at least 5 kilometers. But think once, okay, if someone is given an opportunity to run for 5 kilometers, okay, do you think anyone will go for 5 kilometers? If I ask you, okay, how many of you will run for 5 kilometers? But when a person is playing football, unknowingly he does that for 5 kilometers every day. So that's the beauty of a game, and that's the wonderful work of a creation or the mind. So it gets started with questioning only, right? Probably today we have different kinds of equipments, okay, to do some kind of physical exercise. We created a gym, okay, we have a treadmill wherein we walk, okay, we do different kinds of activities. In doing all these activities, our intention is only one thing, okay, that is, we just want to do some kind of physical exercise. If that physical exercise is not there, okay, what could have happened to us? So thinking becomes a very major criteria, And thinking is an outcome of questioning. So the basic intention of doing this questioning, see recently if you go through Jaggi Vasudev's, he was doing a program, youth, truth and youth, truth and youth, I think, he did this programs so many times, Anmat. So someone asked him, what is the intention of doing this program? Then Jaggi Vasudev started saying that, people are worrying for silly things, funny things, that too for the same things, they don't have big problems, they don't have big issues, but they are worrying for the same problems again and again. When their focus is on the same problem and again, it makes no sense. So I want to do these programs in different places, identify if I can get some new questions, because the same questions are being repeated in every university, wherever he goes. But if there is any new question, what is coming up, I want to give an answer for this, then we want to blend all this youth and truth program question answers in one curriculum and keep it available for the youth to gain the knowledge and shape it out. So one way why, Jaggi Vasudev is working out with that program is he wants to give awareness to people. And most of the things, people think that they know already, and that is the basic problem behind it. But if people can understand that, they don't know, and if they start questioning and thinking, it makes a lot of difference in their lives. To start my question answer session with the first question, from Pyari. Thank you, Pyari, for your question. How to communicate with immature people? How to go down to their level? See, if we are not in a position to communicate with immature people, that is our immaturity. And we consider they are immature, because of our arrogance. So how can anyone become immature? A person who is not aware of a particular thing, looks immature for us. But when some situation arises wherein we are not aware of something, then automatically we become immature, right? See, let's take a perception. If you can't sit properly in the class, leave, man, there is no problem, Try to understand this. Suppose you have a medical issue. You went to a hospital. So doctor knows a lot about the patients, the disease, what they have and all. But try to understand this. If at all, if you go to hospital, you don't know anything about the disease, do you become immature there? You're not immature there. So you're not aware of the facts that happen in a hospital. Try to understand this. The same thing is with everyone. The only challenge people has is, they gain some maturity in a particular area and think that everyone is immature. And that makes no sense, right? So people who are aware of certain things, will be doing right things only. So let us say, a particular fruit or a kind of fruit we had in the forest. So you were eating it and someone said that it's not good to eat. So immediately you stop eating it, You're not eating it because you have maturity enough to stop eating that. But what's happening with people when they don't know what exactly they are doing, they keep doing it. And why should we ever consider that that is their immaturity? See, for example, today while we were playing the game, in a particular over, I think my son was bowled for 2 to 3 times. In the process, the opponent player, the other player, laughed at it. Now it gave an emotional disturbance in his mind. Now exactly try to understand. He was bowled. That became a disturbance in his mind. How did that disturbance come? Did he ask the mind to create a disturbance? No. But that gave some kind of pain and the mind started creating an emotional disturbance. Now he started becoming angry on the other person who laughed at it. Now, when the other person came for bowling, this fellow wanted to prove himself. He started hitting and started feeling a kind of satisfaction. And almost he scored somewhere about 49 and he was about to score a half century, okay? At that time he was bowled again with the same bowler. That disturbed him so much. Now try to understand exactly what is happening there. That fellow is not in control of his emotions. He doesn't know what is happening in his mind. He doesn't know how he is behaving because he is under that perception. See, for example, someone replaced my glasses and developed a frame in this which turns green, okay, once I come into the light. So let's presume every time I come outside, let us say that everything is appearing green to me, okay, because there was a change in my glasses. Now I'll be looking at everything in green color and thinking that everything is in green color. But I'll not realize that it is because of the change in my glasses that I'm seeing everything in green color. In a similar manner, a person who is under emotional content, he doesn't know what he is doing. See, nobody wants to become serious, nobody wants to become irritated, nobody wants to become disturbed, okay? Everyone wants to be in balance. Though everyone wants to be in balance, when he is driven by an emotion, automatically his behavior changes. Okay? So, we need to understand this. If you are not able to understand this, okay, that becomes our immaturity. So, I'll ask you a simple question. Try to understand this. You must have experienced people in emotion hundreds of times. Okay? But did you like anyone in an emotional state, especially negative emotional state? So, an emotion. In that negative emotional state, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed any situation. No. There will not be one situation in your entire life wherein the other fellow was negatively emotional and he was behaving with a kind of disturbance and you celebrated doing it. You celebrated watching it. It never happens. Because negative emotions will be always disturbing. But try to understand this. Though you have seen hundreds of people behaving in a negative emotional state in a negative manner, you too behave in a negative emotional state in a negative manner only, right? Do you know that you are behaving in a negative manner at that particular situation? You don't know. You will be thinking that you are doing the right thing only. The same is the case with the other person also. He will be thinking that he is doing the right thing. But exactly he doesn't know in an emotional state what is happening in him. See, probably a boy of 17 or 18 years, so if he gets an emotion, okay, of a relationship with someone, so let's consider it's like loving a girl. He doesn't know what is happening in that emotional state. And he's driven in different directions, okay, and he starts doing something very different, okay, what he has never done before. So he starts telling lies. Okay, he has to tell lies to his friends, he has to tell lies to his family, he has to tell lies to his neighbors. So he starts telling lies. Probably he might be genuine, okay, all through his life, but now he cannot tell it because he wants to protect his love. And he lives in a different world, okay, because he doesn't know that he is doing it, because his emotion is making him to carry in that particular state. See, probably I'll tell you, all of you know that it's very irritating when the other person is in a sad mood. So when someone is in a worrisome mood, okay, crying, so you cannot enjoy their company, right? In anyone, okay, suppose you have a roommate or you have a friend, you have a brother. If that brother is in a disturbance mood, okay, and if he is crying, you cannot enjoy his presence, okay. But most of the times, unknowingly, we too will be in a negative emotional state. Why does this happen? Because in emotions, our life is not in our control. So we don't know exactly what we are doing. We just get carried away in that emotion. So it's like, I'll tell you, okay, feeling is like a river flow, a flowing river, okay. Emotion is like a flood. Can you do anything with flood? కొట్టుకుపోవడం తప్ప మనం ఏం చేయలేము, ఓకే, వెన్ యు ఆర్ అండర్ ద ఎమోషన్ of your life. But a feeling is like a river flow. When you can understand that, you are getting a kind of feeling which is going to turn as an emotion in future, okay. If you can manage that feeling at that stage, then it will not convert into a flood. So automatically the flowing river will be a wonderful journey to go. So because we can control the river, but we cannot control the flood. So emotion is the final stage of an expression in anything. So there is no immaturity in this world. Okay? People are aware about certain things. People are not aware about certain things. People even don't know that they can handle their emotions. People live all their life, okay, in that emotional state, thinking that there's nothing what they can do. So it's not their immaturity. People have a different kind of perception. See, probably the culture of a Muslim might look strange for the other religions. The culture of a Hindu might look strange for the other religions. Hey, what is this? Okay, how funny it is. But if you just go to some tribal people, okay, the traditions what they follow might be very funny for the other people, okay. So you see some people wearing some big thing in their mouth, okay, just hanging lot of things, okay, creating their faces with different strategies. That looks very odd for us, okay, when we look at it. But that is a joyful thing for them. So one person's awareness may be different for the other person. But all we need to do is only one thing, okay. We should learn to understand every particular situation of every people. So when we start understanding everyone, okay, slowly, then automatically everything is going to be great. See, in my maturity, I started understanding that if the fellow is in a disturbance, okay, there is some emotion which is strongly troubling them and they are not able to control that emotion. That is the reason why they are in that state. Their mind is thinking in such a manner that it is emoting with a lot of negative outcome. So it's not in their control. All I have to do is have patience, wait, and just observe. Okay, nothing else I can do. So the greatest quality what we can develop in most of the situations is patience. And the other thing is, let us presume, okay, you have some awareness about certain things. Okay, so in that aware state, what you will be thinking is, just like if I tell my content, okay, or if I tell the knowledge what I have to the other person in one stretch, okay, you think that the other person can understand and you want the other person to change. But put the same question on yourself. Was there a situation in your life wherein somebody told you something for the first time and you started transforming yourself? Did you understand what I asked? Was there a situation in your life wherein somebody told you something for the first time and you started changing your life? No. Probably after telling you hundreds of times, okay, you got aware about it and then you started doing the right thing. Probably in teaching, I'll be telling you hundreds of times to develop your questioning ability and thinking ability, okay. But how many of you are immediately developing that awareness on it and developing that concept? So it's not like that. And most of the times when we get maturity, so we consider that we are giving the maturity to the other person. And once I give that maturity, the other person has to get everything done, okay. But it is not going to happen. Because the other person should show interest on what we are communicating. He should think about it, understand it clearly, register in his mind, okay, and show interest in implementing it. Then you can see some change in them. If not, you will have to wait, because you love something and you build awareness on it. Why would the other person love something and build awareness on it? So let's say I'm a vegetarian, I love eating vegetarian food. You're a non-vegetarian and you love eating non-vegetarian food. Just because I say that it's good to eat vegetarian food, okay, will you immediately stop eating non-vegetarian food? No, right? So if I consistently keep telling you that vegetarian food is good because of this, because of that reason, it's good for this reason, this happens, that happens, lot of things, okay, you'll not listen. But you will listen, okay, when you fall sick, when you are in a hospital, and when you are in a critical situation, okay, when doctor says that no more non-vegetarian, if you eat you will die. then automatically we stop eating non-vegetarian food. But in normal situation, when everything is going fine, okay, I don't think that anyone follows the advice or anyone takes up the awareness of the other person. But when we are badly hit by life, then our thinking works best. So at that time, all the advices become, so we become Arjuna and the other person becomes Krishna, and we take the advice immediately and get into the war, okay, start fighting the battle in the right manner. But should we fall sick, or should we get into such critical, troubling situation, okay, in order to understand a few things in life? You can develop your questioning, you can develop your thinking and do this job by yourself. Okay, understand this concept, nothing else than this. So never consider that someone is immature. Okay, because they are not aware of it, okay. They may not be interested in building awareness about that also. See, probably you people coming to this institute and developing communication skills, okay, might look foolish for somebody. Indra institute English నేర్చుకుంటేది అర్థమైందా? for some people ఊరికే టైం పాస్ పోతా ఉంటాడు. For some people the perception will be వీడు పోయినంత మాత్రాన్ని ఇంగ్లీష్ మాట్లాడతాడా, అర్థమైందా? చూద్దాంలే మాట్లాడతాడేమో. So different people will have different perspectives. Everyone will not think with the awareness that this fellow has done a right decision by joining an institute, by developing his communication skills. This will not be the motto of anyone. And this we need to understand in life. Okay, so slowly try to understand this. There is no one who is immature. So a person who is not interested in building awareness about certain things. So let's say you are studying MPC. So you learn mathematics. You have a lot of awareness about mathematics. I am not studying MPC, I am studying BPC, and I don't have a lot of awareness about mathematics. Then do I become a fool? No, right? I am not interested in building awareness about it. See, I am very much interested in driving life skills, okay? I want to gain knowledge on life skills, and I want to develop my life to a greater extent. For some fellow, okay, that might be a silly thing, right? He may not take it seriously. So stop considering someone as not having that maturity. So their area of interest is different and their behavior is different. We need to understand that. Okay? And all you need to do is, you need to just communicate what you want to tell them. And when they take it seriously and when they understand, we don't know. But all we have to do is, we have to just keep trying. Keep trying, that's it. See, probably in all the classes what I'm teaching you, okay, every day I'm insisting you, right? So this is how you have to, this is how you have to. See, probably yesterday I told you all people how to present a seminar. But I don't think that everyone is going to follow that system immediately. If they follow that system, okay, they can become something better than what I am, right? So, but they'll not be following it instantly, okay? But I have to slowly communicate and make them understand and change their awareness to a greater extent. You need to understand this. Fine, I think that clarity is enough for you, Pyari, okay? Don't consider anyone to be immature. So just they're not having awareness of it, and try to give that awareness, keep giving that awareness, okay? Fine. Or I do. Thank you for your question. What is the difference between self-respect and ego? So these two are different poles, men, okay? So, okay, first question, let me answer you. What is self-respect and what is ego, okay? See, normally when someone does some good things, we respect him. If he's a kid, okay, we say we love him. So if it is an elderly person, okay, we say we respect him. Do you understand what I'm saying, okay? So let's say people of your age plays a wonderful game and they strike beautiful score, then you can love them. Okay, so you can consider that saying that playing, okay, when you do children running, lot of other activities, okay, which are pretty interesting. you love them, okay? So wow, wonderful you say. But when an elderly person, okay, like your father or some neighbor, okay, who is elder than you, is trying to do something, automatically what happens is you develop some kind of respect towards them for the good things what they are doing. See, let us say right now you are in an age wherein Mother Teresa is around you, she is your neighbor, okay? She's helping thousands of people who are destitute and suffering. So then automatically you will develop some kind of love towards her. You call that love as respect. Okay, try to understand this. So everyone who is doing a great activity automatically will develop, we will develop love towards them, and we say that is respect actually. It's called as respect, but we say that's love sometimes. Doesn't matter, okay? But we need to understand that when we too do start doing good things in life, when we too start doing great things in life, we develop certain love towards ourselves. There is certain love that we develop ourselves, okay? So that is called as self-respect. Let us say your body is in good shape. When you stand before the mirror and look at it, okay? So you will have some respect towards yourself. But when your body is not in a good shape, okay? So you're having a big belly, okay? So you're so fat, not comfortable enough, then automatically you will not love yourself. Because most of the people love the people who are in good shape. So if you are healthy, automatically you love yourself because you love people who are healthy, not the people who are suffering from diseases. Just imagine someone, okay, suffering from some TB or something like that, consistently coughing before you, so you will not feel flexible with him. So you will love a person when he is healthy. Okay, like this, when someone does some good things, okay, creative things, different things, something which is going to help the society to a greater extent, okay, you will feel happy. So you will love them. That love is nothing but respect. So in a similar manner, when you start doing the right things, when you start doing great things in life, okay, so you started loving yourself. So once you start loving yourself, developing love towards you, automatically your mind starts thinking in a superior manner. See, for example, I'll tell you, let us presume you have a child in your home. He might be your brother's child or a sister's child or one of your neighbor's child, doesn't matter. When you love the child so much, okay, what do you expect him to become? Do you want him to become something great or do you want him to become something normal? Definitely great. Okay, see, probably you want him to become a collector, you want him to become an IPS officer, Group 1 officer, or a big business magnate, a wonderful employee, CEO of an organization, a manager, okay, something like that. You want to see him in a very high position. In a similar manner, when you start developing self-respect, okay, when you start loving yourself, automatically your mind goes superior. It starts thinking about great things. So when your mind is thinking superior, you cannot do silly things. See, sitting in a particular place, let us say in this classroom itself, okay, someone is sitting in this class, but you people are not focusing on exactly what I'm saying, okay. You're getting sleep or you're looking hither and there and you're trying to make some time pass with something else, okay. Then automatically understand your mind is not thinking in a superior manner. It's thinking in an inferior manner. Your mind is not so serious about certain things, okay. It's just lazy, it's just ease, okay. It's in ease with certain things. So why that is happening is, for one simple reason, you need to understand that we don't have respect towards ourselves. So now question yourself, all of you, how many good deeds did you do? Good deeds doesn't mean, okay, what I can say, donating a lot of money to someone or different things, okay. Try helping a neighbor in certain things. Do some kind of service. Let us say that one of your neighbor's son is suffering with maths phobia. He's not good at mathematics. He's not building confidence in mathematics. So and you're a bit good in mathematics. So guide him. Build that confidence in him so that he will be getting that confidence of doing mathematics to a greater extent. So like this, you need to understand one simple logic, that when we start helping people, so we start loving ourselves. When we start loving ourselves, okay, we start improving our image in ourselves, which makes us think in a superior manner. When you think in a superior manner, thinking that I'm going to do big in life, I'm going to become big in life, it's like I'm going to become a collector, I'm going to become a group one officer, something like that, you can see your life in a greater position. But most of the people will have their mind with inferior thinking. So why they develop that inferior thinking is, there is no good deed happening in life. See, probably, along with this, okay, let me take a chance of asking this question to you. So if you're in the habit of getting up at 4:30 in the morning, and you start reading books, update knowledge, okay, gain a lot of ideas in your mind, improve yourself, okay, work on your physical body, take care of your health, awareness ni build cheskunta, knowledge ni build cheskunta. If you start growing in your life, okay, automatically what happens? Think once, you will be developing respect towards yourself. But if you're a kind of guy, okay, who sleeps up to 10 o'clock in the morning, and you are lazy, and you never read books, you never try to listen good information from people, you don't update your skills in any particular situation, okay, then think, okay, how will you develop respect towards yourself? So suppose you have a friend who has scored a good rank in IIT, and that fellow is studying in engineering in IIT. Probably in the initial stage, okay, when he got a rank in IIT, you may be disturbed, okay, you may feel jealousy about it. But slowly you will start developing respect for him and start relating with him so much, giving a lot of importance for him. Every call you get from that fellow, okay, means a lot to you. So because you develop self-respect towards him. So let us presume, okay, Narayanamurthy called you and said that I want to make friendship with you. Shamav, okay, I choose your number and I want to make friendship with you. I want to chat with you, okay. So probably he said that every day at 10 o'clock I'll send a message to you. And I'll chat with you for 10 minutes, for 10:10. So probably you'll be waiting till 10 o'clock, right? Every day at 10 o'clock I'll be getting a message from Narayanamurthy. But let us say that one of your foolish friend, okay, said that I'll be chatting with you. Okay, you wait for my chat, okay, at 10 o'clock. You will not even care for that, okay, because you don't have respect towards him. So this is what you need to understand. When we do great things, okay, we start developing love towards ourselves. That we call it as self-respect. If the other person is doing great things, automatically we have love towards him, okay. That we call it as respect. Try to understand this. With self-respect, what is happening is your thinking goes superior. When your thinking goes superior, okay, you do only good things. You find a lot of people doing silly things on this earth, okay. Why? Because they don't have good self-respect. And a man with self-respect will never do wrong things in life. They will be disciplined, they will be honest, they will be sincere, they will be truthful, they keep up their promises and do everything. See, probably if you can observe people, okay, all the people who become criminals in life, okay, all the people who do all kind of negative things in life, so they are the people who have a very less self-esteem or self-respect. They don't respect themselves. As they don't respect themselves, okay, they behave like that. This you need to understand, okay. So develop that self-respect in yourself by doing good deeds. So check once, okay. Probably you can do a small report on yourself. Tomorrow, take out a sheet of paper, put it on your writing pad, associate a pen with it, and start writing from early morning you get up in the morning till you go to bed, okay. What are all the activities you did? Ask him to leave if he wants to go, okay. It's okay. Yeah, try to understand this. So you just write all your activities, okay, step by step, one by one. So and just note it, okay, at the end of the day, when you are closing your day, okay, just focus on that. Just note it once, okay. Just observe what good activities I did in this day. Probably if you are doing at least good activities for 8 to 10 hours every day, 6 hours it's up to you, okay, whatever you are doing. At least if you are doing something good for 10 hours every day or 8 hours every day, okay, that's a fantastic thing. You develop respect towards them. respect towards yourself. So that is self-respect. But ego is something different, okay? Ego is like, you think that you are a great man. So when you think that you are a great man, automatically you want to prove in everything you do as great, which is never possible. And you want everyone to behave with you in a manner that you are great, and which is also not possible. So when you try an impossible feat, okay, you become a fool always. See, for example, if I put a string, okay, in between two mountains and try to ride my bike on that, probably I'll get crushed in the process because I'm not a professional in that. So in a similar manner, if you're really great, if you have achieved your greatness already, then everything you do will be great and everyone will be considering you as great. So let us presume, okay, Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi is a great man, definitely, there is no doubt about it. Now whatever he does might be great and everyone will consider him to be great, or at least the major sect of people will consider that he is great. Try to understand this. But how come a man like us, who has not even started anything in life, okay, become great? So we give this thought to the mind, okay, and that thoughtful state is called as ego. And in that egoistic state, okay, we want to prove to everyone that we are great. So we try to do all kind of different nonsense, okay, unsensible things. We behave in a manner, okay, like for example, I'll tell you, my daughter is preparing for NEET exam, and every time she scores less in the exams, okay, that are being conducted in her college, she suffers a lot. So what is causing her suffering? It is her ego. So why she has to consider that she is great? See, an exam is conducted, there are 200 questions in that. How many questions I know? How many questions I don't know? Fine. I know 120 questions. Leave it. So there are 80 questions what I don't know. I need to work with this concept. That much must be the calculation. If you're an ordinary person, okay, who's not in an ego consciousness, automatically your thinking will be in that perspective. What happens, okay, everyone is egoistic, they consider themselves to be great, so automatically they cannot digest if the other person is getting more, and if he is not getting more. So in every inch, okay, we have to prove that we are great, and everyone should also behave in a manner wherein we are great. This does not happen, this does not happen. Just imagine, is there a possibility wherein you can prove yourself to be great in every situation? No. So think on the other side, okay? Is there a situation in your life wherein everyone considers you to be great? No. Both the things will not happen in life. But that's how the ego works. You give an instruction to your mind that you are great, and you want to prove in every situation to be great, which is impossible. Okay? On the other side, you want everyone to, okay, behave in such a manner that you are great. How will it happen? So will anyone consider us to be great? Nobody considers. Probably we'll find some girl or boy, okay, who loves us so much and they consider us to be great. And that's why we feel love is a very special emotion in our life. Because their ego satisfaction happens. Only that person speaks to us with a lot of love, okay, cares us with a lot of love and understands us to the deepest extent, okay, and cares us in any kind of situation. And because of that, okay, we feel happy in that situation, that's all. See, I think, okay, you will be the most comfortable people with your parents because they love you so much that, okay, they accept everything you do. You do any number of mistakes, they'll accept it. You communicate any kind of nonsense, they are going to accept it. And that is the reason why you feel very comfortable to stay with your parents, okay? But you don't feel comfortable to stay with your friends. Even people don't like to go and stay in a hostel because your friends are not going to accept everything you do. And there the problem is of ego. So don't consider yourself to be great. Just think once, okay? We are nothing more than a piece of flesh. There are crores of people on this earth. And every person is like a sand grain on a seashore. Okay, and we are just a speck of dust for this universe. So if something goes odd and if this entire universe gets vanished, okay, nobody cares for it. So we need to understand that we are an ordinary man being guided by God in every situation. So we have to take off that ego thought process. So once we take off that ego, okay, we never consider ourselves to be great, okay, then there is no need for us to prove that we are great. When there is no need for us to prove great, okay, our behavior will be very normal. So you find some guy, okay, moving on a road at a very high speed. Why? He considers he's great. He tries to balance in very critical situations and goes and hits someone, okay, damaging them, because he considers himself to be great. See, someone wants to do a party in a very rich manner because he considers himself to be great. He does all kind of nonsense in his life just because he considers himself to be great. But if that perception is not there, okay, everything will be ordinary, right? Why people are spending crores of rupees in constructing houses? Probably it's just an adda wherein they have to sleep and get ready and come back to work, right? So why is sleeping and getting ready space, okay, so be so costly today? And people are spending lakhs of rupees on elevations, okay, interior decorations, designing and all, which gives no comfort for them. Because if I do a lot of POP for this classroom, how is it going to bring comfort for me? Because it's not at least a sofa, right? It's not at least an air conditioner which keeps this temperature cool. But still people are investing a lot of money on that, okay, just because they want to prove that they are great. They are constructing houses. They are not constructing houses in order to stay in that house. They are constructing houses with an attitude that their house must be better than the other person's house. So it's also because of ego. So one thought if you can give to the mind that it is great, automatically what happens is you bring yourself into a lot of troubles. And all the troubles happen because of your ego. So if you can take out one particular thought process that I'm just very ordinary, a piece of flesh. I'm just supported by God to live with the help of oxygen. God creates that food and every requirement what I want in life in order to survive. Then I think we make a difference in life. But that's not the game what we are playing, right? Understand this. So next question is something like why gold, diamonds and all are objects, but still why we give a lot of importance for this? Anything that is available less in the market, okay, has a lot of priority. So if you can clearly understand, okay, there is no big difference between a piece of iron and gold. A piece of iron is sold for less because a lot of iron is available in the market. But a piece of gold is sold for more because less quantity of gold is available in the market. So it's a product of demand. That's it. That is the reason why it's sold more. But people don't understand it. See, gold has been considered as a decorative item. Why it is considered as a decorative item? Can anyone say why gold is a decorative substance? Why silver and gold is mostly used for creating ornaments? No, it's not because of cost, okay? It has a property. You must have learned it, okay? It has luster, okay? Many other metals has luster. Mercury has the brightest luster, if you can look into it, okay? It's not only luster. The basic property of gold is it has ductility and malleability. Ductility and malleability, these two properties are like we can convert gold into a very thin sheet and we can draw it into a very thin wire. So no other metal can be made so thin and no other metal can be made so thin in sheet also, okay? That is the reason why gold ornaments are made more with gold, that's it. So probably tomorrow if you find a metal, okay, which is much cheaper than gold and that is helpful with these two properties, okay, they'll start going for it. See, slowly people are lacking awareness. Then awareness is something like if they have a lot of gold, people are going to respect them. If they have a lot of money, people are going to respect them. If they have a car, people are going to respect them. If they have a house, people are going to respect them. They think that this objects will bring respect for us. But you tell me frankly, okay, you see lakhs of people around you, okay, with a lot of objects. But are you respecting them? Or are you respecting people who are doing some good deeds? So it's definitely the people who do some good deeds. When we start doing good deeds in life, something good in life, okay, people develop respect towards us. So if you're not developing good deeds in life, okay, we cannot develop that respect in other persons. But people don't understand this. So people consider that the money they have or the properties they have is going to earn some respect. But respect never comes from money and this. Probably if you have money, the other person may communicate with you because he thinks that, okay, if there is a need tomorrow, he is going to help you. That's it. See, let's say I have 1 lakh crores, okay, and I declare to the world that I am not going to give even a single rupee to anyone, okay, then will anyone make friendship with me? Will anyone move with me? Absolutely not. Because they are very clear that I'm not going to give them any help and they are not going to get any help from me. Then automatically they'll never take a chance, okay, in order to relate with me. So this is what you need to understand. People respect you with your good deeds. So probably, let us say, you people came to institute and became very good in your communication skills. So this is a good deed what we have done. So once you develop yourself in your communication skills to a greater extent, okay, automatically people respect you. So tomorrow when you go to a college and you are given an opportunity to give a presentation and you took a chance and started giving a presentation, automatically the teacher appreciates you and in the process everyone respects you. So they go and speak behind you saying that fellow is a very good speaker. He speaks nicely. He's very courageous. He takes chance in everything. So he's a very good public speaker. So respect comes from the good deeds what we do. Probably if you're in the habit of at least donating food for one person every day, then automatically after some time, you can see many people respecting you because you're doing a good deed. So you go and watch a lot of people. So if Rajinikanth is respected most in Chennai, not because he's a wonderful hero, but he does a lot of service activities, so which is not even revealed to anyone in this world. But that service activities has created love towards Rajinikanth. So respect comes from good deed, okay? You need to understand this. So it's not gold, it's not anything else, okay, which is going to drive it. Fine. I hope you understood this, Raidu. Thank you for your question. Venkatramana, good afternoon. How to overcome challenges? So I think, okay, I appreciate you for the vocabulary what you are using. So you mean to say how to overcome problems. Understand this. See, until and unless we consider that we will have problems. See, the only problem is you are not overcoming anything in life just because you are not able to accept it. You don't want a life with problems. You want a life without problems. You are under the perception that after some times you are not going to get any problems in life. And that is the biggest issue. You cannot have life without problems. Problems will be there in life. You need to accept that problems will be there in life. First thing. When you accept it, now what you will do is, you will start working on the solution part of the problem. Now what you are doing, you are not accepting. So what is happening? Every time a problem comes, you are worrying. Why you are worrying? Because problem has come into your life. Now you are not trying to solve the problem. Okay, nor from the other side, okay, you are not ready to accept that problem has come and you are not even looking out for a solution for it. Now how the problem is going to get settled? So first thing is, problems will be there throughout your life. So once you die, the problem is for your family members, not for you. So till you leave on this earth, okay, till the last breath of your life, okay, you have to face problems in life. One. When you accept that problems will be there in life, life will not be with problems. See, if I consider that I want a life with my wife which is going to be happy and peaceful always, then I'll never be peaceful in my life. I'll never be happy. I need to understand that there will be immature moments, there will be disturbing situations, there will be troubling situations that will create a lot of nonsense in my relationships. When I accept this, oh, today that issue has happened, fine. As I'm going to accept it, everything is going to be fine. Let us consider this, okay? I'm a glass merchant, this kind of glass, okay? I don't accept that glass. I just tell to everyone that no piece of glass must be broken. If I'm strongly with this mindset, every time a piece of glass is broken, I get disturbed. But if I'm clear that glass is a fragile thing, it breaks. However careful we are in handling it, it breaks. Now I accepted this. Now it broke. Oh, it broke? I know it. I know that it breaks, okay? Be careful. So be careful. See, in relations, people will do mistakes. How many times we say, okay, the other person will do mistakes. But we must be ready to accept that the other person will do mistakes. Because we do mistakes and the other person also will do mistakes. But we are not ready to accept that the other person does mistakes. So every time the other person does a mistake, we become emotional. We are so serious towards it. So first thing to overcome problems is we need to learn to accept it. So suppose I purchased a watch, let us say a digital watch. Okay? So when I'm purchasing that digital watch, if I have a mindset in my mind that the digital watch is going to last for 5 years without any repairs, and if that gets a repair in the next day, I suffer for it. But if I realize that it's a toy and it can get a repair, okay, even in the next minute. So because nothing is permanent. Then even if it gets repaired in the next minute, okay, there is some issue in the digital watch in the next minute, I accept it. So people create different situations. They don't accept that, and every time the opposition thing happens, okay, they struggle. Their struggle is not in solving the problem. Their struggle is in why the problem has come. Why cannot create a solution for the problem, right? Just think, all your life, every time a problem came for you, so you started crying, why the problem has come to me? Because you are not ready to accept problems in your life. So once you accept problems in your life, then why does not come? The only question will be how. Problem has come. How am I going to encounter it? How am I going to solve it? How am I going to take it off? So once the how comes into picture, okay, automatically the problem can be solved. And no problem is permanent. Problem is like a guest. It definitely leaves us. I think I can give you a very good antidote here. There was a person, every time he gets a problem, he'll write it on a paper and put it in a put it in a small box which will be labeled Problems Day, Wednesday. So he decided that only on Wednesday he is going to work with problems. So whatever the problem comes in, immediately what he'll do is he'll write it on a paper and then put it in that box and leave it till Wednesday. And surprisingly, Wednesday when he opens the box, okay, problem is already gone. So every problem leaves you. You need to understand this. I can even narrate another example, okay. There is another person, okay, who believes that God is there with him, he is going to solve the problems. So what he does is, in his cabin, there will be 2 desks. So similar kind of chairs will be there, similar kind of tables will be there, and 1 chair will be left for God. Okay, there will be a table for God, there will be a chair for God. Fine. And this fellow will sit in the table and chair in this place. Every time he gets a problem, okay, he just puts that on the table and leaves it, thinking that the God is going to solve it. So indirectly what it means is, when we are in the habit of, okay, considering that or realizing that problem is going to solve in future, then no problem will be there in life. Most of the problems get resolved. See, for example, I said, okay, my son, when he was playing cricket, okay, he was in a negative emotional state. That's a problem at that time. Will that emotion long for a lot of time? No, after some time it gets subsided, okay. So probably I've got some wound in my leg, okay, and that will be deeply paining, okay. That's a problem for me, but it subsides. After some time, okay, it is going to get resolved. So right now I may be having some financial problem, okay. So probably right now, as I am having a problem, okay, it will be painful. But after some time I may get money from different source, okay, and I can overcome that also. So problems get resolved in some time or the other. Only thing is, first thing you need to accept that, okay, problems do come in life. We cannot have a life without problems. So once we accept this, then we will not be worrying about why a problem came to me. Our focus will be in how to solve the problem that we have encountered. So if you can postpone that for some time, okay, it gets solution. That is one way of resolving it. The other one is working it out. Why did I get that problem? Okay, how can I solve this? That's all. So I hope, Ramana, you've got the answer for this. Thank you for your question, man. Shankar Reddy, I think, okay. So is comparison good or bad? So we don't have an option to compare Shankar, okay. So you can only compare with yourself. You can never compare with others. Common sense is, God has created everyone as a masterpiece. See, God did not create two people equally on this earth. God created everything different. Even the thought process of the other person is entirely different from our thought process. And his destination in life is different. See, probably I am a communication skill trainer. In India, there may be 100,000 communication skills trainers. But everyone's wish is different. Everyone's objective is different. Everyone's purpose of work is different. See, my purpose is to impart fundamentals in people so that they can become strong in their future. That's it. I'm not trying to create noise in the market thinking that I can do wonders in English, but I just want to develop the basics in the minds of people. That's all. So everyone's perception will be different. When everyone's ideologies are different, okay, purpose is different, the intention of work is different. You need to understand that, okay, you can never compare with anyone in life. See, probably there may be someone who is very desirous of money. There will be someone who is very desirous of happiness. There will be someone who is very desirous of peace. The one who is desirous of peace, okay, gets peace in his life. The one who is desirous of happiness gets happiness in life. The one who is desirous of money gets money. The one who is desirous of women will get women, okay. So people work on different things and they get that. So just because someone is not getting a lot of money in life, you cannot say that he is fool, because his desire is not money, his desire is something else. See, I want my life to be useful for most of the people, and that's my desire. And I don't care for the other things in life. But if someone says that, okay, the other institute fellow is earning a lot of rupees and he has got some crores of rupees, okay, you are not able to earn crores of rupees, it makes no sense, because his purpose is different and my purpose is different. So don't compare your life with anyone. Probably my sisters may be more richer than me. My sisters have car and they have better lives definitely. But I have no comparison with them, because my path is different and their path is different. If I too choose their path of making money, definitely I can make more money also. But my intention is not that. I'm not giving my time for my money making. I'm giving time for enhancing knowledge, becoming useful for others. So you too will have a different perspective of life, and your purpose will be different. And you are created as a masterpiece, and nothing that is there in you, okay, will be there in others also. In that case, I don't think that you can ever take this. So don't ever compare with anyone, okay? But you can only compare with yourself, okay, to what you are today and what you were before. So did you make some progress from yesterday? That you have to look in, okay? Thank you so much. Oh, you have another question, Shankar, okay? I'll just talk about it, okay? Yeah, Nizamuddin. Good morning, hero. Good afternoon. Hope you are doing great. Happy to see your question. Why is that we differentiate our life experiences as good and bad? We are taught like that in life. People guided it because if you are not guided about what is good and what is bad in life, then we do everything. When it is differentiated, guiding that it is good and it's bad, okay, at least there will be a judging mind which says it is not right to do. So if this differentiation is not there, okay, probably we cannot live a life of society. So let us presume, okay, let's date back ourselves or go back ourselves to the ancient age wherein man was a hunter-gatherer, okay, living in the forest, eating flesh and fruits. So during that time, if you observe carefully, okay, man did not differentiate anything as good or bad. He was with only 3 basic necessities. 1, hunger, wherein he wanted to fulfill it. So he started killing some organisms and eating it, or eating some fruits or leaves. Second requirement what he had was thirst. So he wanted some water. So he started living near areas where there was water. And the third thing is probably he had some physical attraction towards the opposite sex. So he wanted to have some relation with someone. So he was living with opposite sex women. That's all. Then slowly man developed culture. So once man developed culture, so he started covering himself. Then individuality came. So people started slowly living in different places. They constructed something like a house and they had a different strategies. So even with a house in a forest, okay, however you are, nobody is going to bother about it. But today, we are living in a society. So society is a cluster of people. When things are not differentiated as good and bad and right and wrong, so we cannot say who is doing right and who is doing wrong. Because when we live in a society, we have to look for the convenience of others also. If that is not there, it makes no sense, right? See, right now, I'm taking this question answer session. Every day the question answer session is all about Tulsi and me and the mobile or camera that is there in front of me. So someone asks some questions, Tulsi writes it and gives it to me, and I answer it, okay, looking at the camera in front of me, that's it. Today it's a different case. There are a few students sitting in front of me. Okay. Now it is not just between me, Tulsi, and the mobile camera. Between you, me, mobile camera, and Tulsi. Now, common sense, okay? I need to be good with you, and you need to be good with me. Your behavior must be in a manner that encourages me. So you should sit properly, you should focus on what I'm saying, and you should at least nod your head when you're understanding it. Your focus must be different, okay? But if you're not playing that responsibility, if you're sleeping in the class, so if you're looking at something else, so if you're so serious with what you're doing, and if you're not at least trying to respond, okay, that we understood, we did not understand, okay, then what happens? I'm getting disturbed with my focus, right? So then I'll not be in a position to do everything comfortably. So as we live in a society, so we need to look for the comfort and convenience of everyone. We cannot live like anything, okay? So probably someone may not be comfortable if he wears a shirt, and he may not wear his shirt at home, but he cannot come like that to the marketplace, right? Because we live in a society where when we go to a marketplace, we have to be dignified and we have to be comfortable. So if a student goes to school, okay, in a night dress, that will be awkward, because when we go to school, we should not disturb others. See, probably a heroine wears a different kind of dress in a movie, and we can't try the same dress to school because we create inconvenience for the people around us. We may call it as modernization, we may call it as an advancement, okay? But that's not the right way, right? So, as we are living in a society, we need to have some norms, we need to have some conditions. As we are living in as a country, okay, we have created a constitution which is a set of rules, and following that rule is good and not following that rule is bad. And if that constitution is not there, okay, anyone can lead their life in any manner, then think, okay, who is going to protect the fundamental things of people? See, right now, you all live your life with the confidence that if anything goes odd, okay, you can go to a police officer or you can file a case with a lawyer and go to court, or at least you can go to a politician for some kind of service. But if there is no police department, if there is no judicial department, and there is no politician who is going to look after your requisites, okay, then think. So probably all of us are able to sleep comfortably at night because the police are not sleeping at night. Okay, they are just moving around and protecting our houses from thieves. So let's imagine if the judicial system is not there, okay, then what is going to happen? The thief will directly enter into your house, knock the door or put the calling bell on, and once you open the house, okay, he'll enter into your house, lock it and get everything what he wants and then move on, okay, nothing can be done to him. You need to understand this. So when you live in a society, wherein society is a cluster of people, so people with different attitudes, people with different mentalities, people with different aspirations, people with different goals, okay, different achievement strategies. So we need to bring harmony into the society. Then we have to go with differentiation of what is good and what is bad. If that differentiation is not there, it will not be a wonderful thing. The same thing is with life also. When we don't differentiate the experience what we are getting as good and bad, then we will be after every experience, right? Try to understand this. So a lot of people consuming alcohol, they are considering that it is a good experience and they are consuming it again and again. But they are not understanding the basic purpose of what is happening when they consume an alcohol. Their conscious mind is becoming unconscious and they are not getting any thoughts. And that is the reason why they are having peace. After 6 hours, once the conscious mind again gains their normality and starts thinking, again the fellow is in disturbance. But people are not able to differentiate this, identify this. So that is the reason. See, people are saying it's bad to consume, but people are not getting that idea. At least as we are saying that smoking is bad, okay, a few people are doing a kind of research on that and trying to explore to the world or explain to the world that why it is bad. What really happens, okay, because of that. If we did not say that smoking is bad, okay, so can we expect anyone to drive that knowledge into the society? See, being an anger emotion is bad. If we did not differentiate this, okay, so probably every time you get angry, you consider that is a normal state. But the damage that anger is going to create in your life will be big, right? And after the damage has happened, okay, even if you try to change anything, that's not going to happen. So, I think differentiation must be done. Otherwise, exploration will not be there in that. So, when we discovered that plastic is bad for us, then we started identifying solutions. But in the initial days of discovering plastic, we started thinking that it's a beautiful thing that we have invented and it's a very good solution, and we started manufacturing plastic. But within just 10-20 years, plastic has entered into our this universe for almost 1,000 years or 2,000 years. And once the accumulation of plastic happens like this, the entire universe will be filled with plastic only. Probably after 100 or 200 years or maximum 500 years, okay, no space will be left in this universe, okay. All the oceans will be filled with plastic. Right now, I think a lot of plastic it is dumped into the oceans. So now we are considering it is bad. So as we consider it is bad, okay, we are looking out for a solution for it. But if we don't consider it is bad, okay, then think, where will be solutions? People will not look for solutions, right? So this is what we need to understand, okay? Life is good and bad, okay? So we can lead a better life. But most of the time, I'm communicating this in concern with society, okay? But try to understand this. When it comes to us, how we differentiate good and bad is most like this. When things are going in our way, as we decide, then we consider the experience of life to be good. When things are not going in our way, we consider the experience of our life as bad. That's the only thing. But try to understand this. Why should all things go the way you want it? Probably I'll tell you, in your childhood, you must have expected a lot of things to happen in your life. And 90% of things did not happen. Imagine right now, if everything has happened, what would be your fate? You might be in the most deepest troubles, right? So probably at some time you are so emotional and you want to kill a fellow. You want to take a stone and beat that fellow to death, okay? And if that has happened, what will be your state? So probably at one point, okay, you loved a girl and you want to take the girl out and get married, okay? And if you have done it, okay, what would be your fate? We must have expected a lot of things. Probably when your grandmother or grandfather died, okay, you wanted them badly back. But if they really come back into your life, then think. So probably that becomes the biggest trouble, right? So we will be thinking a lot of things to happen in our life, but we don't realize that all the things that are not happening in our life are not a necessity for us. When we realize that they are not a necessity for us, then automatically we don't care for that. Okay? So I think you've got that idea. First point is, how can we create best experience out of our life without judging the happenings? Accept everything, man. Okay. See, one thing. I told you so many times in the class, I think, Nizam, okay, about this. It's like, as Steve Jobs said, okay, we definitely don't know what happens tomorrow. If we look at our life in future perspective, we never understand what is going to happen tomorrow. But if you can connect dots, why everything has happened in your life, you can clearly find a relation and you will clearly understand why everything has happened in your life. So for everything there will be a cause. For everything there will be a reason. So probably I making a decision strongly in my 5th class that I must speak only in English has a correlation today for my communication skill training. My mother passing away, okay, has my relation to operate this institute in this particular area. So if my mother did not pass away, I might not have come down to Kadapa and stayed with my father. So probably I must have started a career somewhere in Hyderabad or something like that. So everything has a reason and it must be happening for a purpose. All we have to do is change our thinking to a greater extent. So understand the situation that whatever is happening today is happening for our good and take the leg forward, that's it. But if something is not happening in our life, and if we consider, see probably around 8 to 10 years back, okay, I wanted something to happen in my life very badly. I was so stubborn, I was ready to face any kind of challenges in my life because my dream of creating a world-class resource was going to come true if that happens. In that perspective, I was so serious, I was so dedicated that I was putting all my work into it, thinking whatever the challenge I get, let me face it. But frankly saying, I feel hundreds of times grateful to God today that it did not happen, okay? And that was a silly thought what I had in my life. So we will be thinking desperately that this is how if life happens, okay, it's going to be great. But we need to understand that after some time we'll be realizing why it has not happened in life. Everything that is happening in your life is happening for good, and everything that is not happening in your life is happening for your good only. It's not happening for your good. You may not be realizing it right now, but you will understand in your future. And once you realize it on that day, okay, then all the worry you created all these years will be senseless. See, around 42 years of age, I think, okay, I had to sit in one place and started thinking, okay, is there any situation in my life wherein I really had to feel sad about, really had to cry? And I realized that there was not even one situation for which I had to really feel sad or cry in my life. I unnecessarily felt sad and I unnecessarily cried for everything. So life is a beautiful journey. Start accepting what is happening in your life and move forward, okay? So probably the word when I say start accepting everything that is happening in your life, people are not understanding it in entirety. They're just taking it as a word, it's not a word. So it's like surrendering yourself for everything that is happening in life and moving on, okay? If you go with that perspective in life, okay, then you will realize that your life is going to be a celebration. Yeah, Shankar, how to control anger, okay? You cannot control anger, man. It's an emotion, okay, that erupts out of you. So it's not possible for you to control it, okay? So if you want to control anger, so you have to take some initiatives. So from the beginning. So you need to understand why you become angry. First thing, okay? You become angry because the other person is not listening to you. Okay? Now you need to question, okay, why should the other person listen to me? ఎదుటి వ్యక్తి మనం చెప్పింది ఎందుకు వినాలి? ఎదుటి వ్యక్తికి మనకు నచ్చినట్టుగా ఎందుకు ఉండాలి? Do we listen to what everyone says? No. Okay. Do we lead our life according to the other person's choice? No. When we can't do that, okay, how do you expect the other person to do it? First, learn to accept people as they are. So don't expect them to behave the way you want them to behave. Okay, this is the first thing which creates anger. Second thing, you want everything to be in your control. So as you are thinking, you want everything to be in your control, everyone is thinking in a similar manner that they want their life to be in their control. So you need to understand that, okay, it's not possible. So you need to accept that things will not be in your control. Certain things will happen your way and certain things will not happen your way. So if I just think, okay, that my family must happen my way, I think probably 5 to 10% of the things will happen my way. 95% of the things will not happen my way. See, like my father recently constructed a house, and my father did not even show me the house plan, okay, while he was constructing it. He just constructed the house by his choice. He did not even invite me for one particular place while purchasing tiles or purchasing some accessories or bathroom requirements, okay, or anything, doors, designing, okay, interior, whatever it is, everything was by his choice only. He did not even ask me one thing. Probably if I was strongly opposing that, thinking that my house must be constructed on my choice, okay, I must be the most troubling fellow in that house. And I must be getting irritated for everything in that house, okay, all my day. But maximum things will not go your way. See, right now I want the rain to fall and the temperatures to get reduced in Kadapa, okay. And if it happens, it's good. So recently when I went to Hyderabad and I've seen that, okay, there the temperature was only 32 or 30 degrees and 36 was the highest temperature there. That surprised me so much. Hyderabad is such a polluted city, but still the temperature is only 36. And when I went there last Saturday, okay, there was rain happening, okay. It rained there in the morning around 10:30, and it was totally cloudy the whole day. So if that climate is there in Kadapa, okay, it would be a celebration for me. But would it happen? So life will not be in your control. You need to understand this. Certain things will happen your way, and most of the things will not happen in your way, okay. But if you want everything to be in your control, then you get anger. And third thing is, when you look at the negative things in people, once you start looking into the negative things in people, you judge them. Once you judge them, you hate them. Once you hate, okay, automatically anger comes in. So you need to take care of these three things. Don't expect anyone to be, or don't expect anyone to listen to what you are saying and behave in a manner that you want. Because they are leading their lives, and they will be leading their lives according to their choice. They will not listen to what you are saying, or they will not lead according to you. If someone is leading according to you, they want something from you. That's it. Or they are acting before you for some time. After some time, they will reveal that that is not their originality. One. And second thing is, don't expect everything to be in your control. If you expect everything to be in your control, automatically what happens is, you will have a lot of issue to face. Don't expect anything to be in your control. So things will happen your way, or things will not happen your way. Most of the things will happen opposite to you only. But you must be ready to accept it. And the third thing is, when you start looking into the negative qualities of people, okay, you automatically develop hatred by judging them. So with hatred in you, anger is a normal emotion that expresses. So you have to look into everything in a positive manner. You have to love everything as it is. You have to love people as they are. You have to look at everything, okay, as it is, not with your own perception, okay, according to your convenience and comforts. Then slowly you will have anger in your control. You will not have many situations when you have to express your anger. So you can try it, Shankar, okay. Thank you so much for your question. So thanks a lot, guys, for taking this question answer session forward with your beautiful questions. Thanks for all the participants and all the viewers. Thank you.